This is Jenkins Digital.
Hello everyone, this is Jenkins and this is my brand new podcast, Night Fever, focusing on Auckland FC as they enter their second campaign in the A-League. We'll look forward to the 25-26 season and see what's in store for the Black Knights. Hello and welcome to Night Fever with me, Jenkins. This is episode 6, a reaction to Auckland's opening fixture against Melbourne victory at AAMI Park. The first game of the 25-26 season saw Auckland come away with a 0-0 draw, a point on the road, a clean sheet secured some new faces in the team, and plenty more to unpack. Let's get into it.
Jenkins Digital.
And welcome to the show. We'll start off with a quick overview of what happened. It ended 0-0. That by itself is quite a decent start for Auckland, not conceding a goal and leaving with a point on the road. Positive signs. Auckland had the better of it in patches, more of the possession, more shots on target, yet just couldn't quite find the breakthrough. Melbourne victory, meanwhile, they had their moments, but were largely kept in check. Possession-wise, Auckland got 52% against victories 48. Auckland had 10 shots with 4 on target and victories 5 shots with 2 on target. Corners and other attacking dominance were quite modest, but the general sense was we edged the chances. Head-to-head wise, previous meetings, Auckland had won 2, drawn 1, lost 1. So another draw in here puts us quite level with Melbourne overall. Clean sheet, that's great on the road, especially for Michael Vau, who had a lot of doubters. He came in with a very solid performance, some very key saves as well, one in particular which really stood out. Points away on the roads is pretty decent, and when you carry more of the play and create more of the chances, it's a really good sign going forward. You could ask the questions, why didn't we get the winner? Just wasn't our night in the end. Let's dive a little bit deeper now into the teams. Have a look who started and played and how they got on. We started with a 4-4-2. That was the selection of choice from Stevie C. Plenty of defensive trust and midfield as well, with some regulars in there. We're the premiers from last season. We looked organised, disciplined and ready to assert ourselves. Our strengths for the game, we were good. We had some good defensive shape. We held a pretty tight line. The partnership between Hall and Goodwood-Reich was pretty good. Goodwood-Reich really surprised me, actually, how well he played that line. And he was very solid, getting some winners in aerial duels and in some key interceptions as well. Midfield, there was some good control. Verstraete and Jake Brimmer. Jake Brimmer coming in very deep a lot of the time. He was almost in like a right-back position, gathering the ball from in deep to take it forward. Very his style and something you'd expect. We were pretty comfortable on the ball and we built a lot from the back, trying to keep possession, just trying to edge our way forward. In the defence, who stood out? Hiroki Sakai, of course, Dan Hall, and Louis Verstraete. He put in a lot of good defensive work as well. Hiroki Sakai, he had a good game. A few passes that went astray and out for throw-ins. But apart from that, he had that determination. There was one part of the game where it could have been adjudged to have been a yellow card, but he clearly got all of the ball. He argued it, and thankfully he didn't pick up a yellow on that occasion. Some weaknesses or things to refine for Auckland FC. It's that clinical finishing. We saw a lot of chances for Randall, but to his credit, he got into those key positions. He's a young striker and he's still developing. So I know a lot of reviews and comments on social media were quite against Randall and why was he there? Why did he not get subbed off? He was finding those key positions and he was involved. He just couldn't finish, just missing that end product to be clinical in front of goal. And you can see it sort of affected him a little bit mentally. Hopefully he can just put that to one side and next time round start fresh and get that ball in the back of the net. Just lift that confidence is what he needs. We did also miss a bit of tempo and a killer pass at times. Our final ball or decision in the attacking third lacked cutting edge. Perhaps we played a little bit more safe rather than taking a gamble. Our away mentality, although we defended well, there were moments where victory forced us backwards. In these phases, we could have been a bit sharper in our transition. Looking at Melbourne victory, they shaped up with a 4-2-3-1 formation. They had some set pieces and threats, individual quality. They had some moments, for example, a long strike by Keegan Jelicic in the first half, which Michael Vau had to deal with. They were quite compact when needed to be, and they tried to absorb the pressure, especially in transitions. As the away team, they tended to use moments to test us more than dominate our play. There was some experience on the bench, of course. If you watched the game, you would have seen the cameraman on Juan Mata quite a lot of times. An absolute legend of the game. And others at victory, a lot of midfielders bringing a lot of composure in the middle of the park to add pressure to Auckland. There were a few weaknesses for Melbourne victory. They never really lit up the match. They lacked some consistency to convert their few chances that they did have. And when they were under real pressure, the defence wobbled a little bit. We had chances we perhaps should have taken. Their build-up sometimes was slower and lacked urgency. And we could sense that if we pushed a little bit more, that we could have found that winner. So overall for us, it was a solid start. Good from victory as a point gained at home, but they'll know that they didn't dominate us. We know that we were arguably had the better of the chances, just need to convert those going forward. I'm just going to work my way now through the team for Auckland FC's 11, and we'll take a look at victories as well. Auckland FC in goal, Michael Vau. He got the nod ahead of new recruit Ollie Sale. Very solid. He made that very significant save from Jelicic's strike. He kept us in the game. He was quite quiet for large spells of the game and very good to get a clean sheet. He impressed me. Yeah, Michael Vau definitely impressed me after that pre-season where things didn't quite go very well for him. He definitely proved a lot of doubters wrong this time round. Right back, Hiroki Sakai, our experienced captain. He helped things remain calm at the back. His position was reliable and he was very good on 1v1s. Dan Hall in the centre of defence. Again, steady, important blocks, good aerial presence. We didn't see him get beaten for pace or positional errors that much. He was partnered by Jake Girdwood-Reich, young, energetic, physical. He held his own. Maybe a few decision-making under pressure improvements could be made going forwards. But overall, very positive. And yeah, I was very impressed with him, to be honest. And he kept our backline very, very solid. Francis de Vries, left back. He's up and down that flank the whole time. Some flashes of magic, thrusting forwards. Linked up very well. A couple of moments he and Marley got in each other's way on the left there. But yeah, some outstanding crosses. Just hoping that Sam Cosgrove got on the end of them, but unfortunately not to any success this time round. Lockie Brook, he started on the right of midfield instead of Rogerson, who was mainly there last season. Lockie Brook, he's a new recruit for us. Brought flashes of magic. He had moments where he took some players on. So not too bad. He did go missing for a little bit of the game in the middle there. Louis Verstrata, he was in the centre of midfield partnering with Jake Brimmer. Yeah, Verstrata, solid solid performance, controlled tempo. He made some smart passes. He covered well defensively. He did pick up a yellow card. He lost possession of the ball and he was tracking back and he took them out. There were a couple of moments where Verstraete was a little bit loose with the ball, carrying it forward. He was partnered with Jake Brimmer, versatile. He got back a lot, quite deep, bringing the ball forward. He's pretty safe on the ball. He very rarely loses the ball when he's on it. And a good shift by Brimmer. Maybe a little bit quieter than what we would have hoped. He was playing against his old team as well, so there would have been a little bit of fire in there. Tidy work. He looked composed. Marley Francois, he was on the left. He played a tidy, strong work rate game. He helped both in defence and attack. He needed a little bit more end product in the end there. And then Jesse Randall up front. Possibly our best chance of the game around about the half hour. 2 other shots blocked. He's a younger forward. Needs to sharpen his finishing. But he did show some intent, got into some good positions. Sam Cosgrove overall struggled to get into the match. We do need a lot more from him going forward. There were some high balls. He was getting onto the end of the high balls, but there was no result from getting onto the ball. Some flicks where we just immediately lost possession straight away. But time will come. There's a lot of gelling to happen, and he's just got to remain confident that he's playing in the A-League and he can score some goals. Once that first one comes, hopefully the floodgates will open for him. A couple other substitutes that came on. We saw Guillermo Mai. We missed him. He brought his fresh legs and he had a decent impact. You could just see the fight in him and how much he wanted to be involved and really make something of the game. Hopefully Mai will be starting next week against Western Sydney Wanderers at home at Go Media Stadium. Taking a look at the Melbourne Victory players. Jack Duncan, again, steady performance, solid in goal. We saw it at Mount Smart last season when he came over. But he didn't have to make any spectacular saves. The shots were either wide, blocked, or straight at him. So straightforward for him on the weekend. Keegan Jelasic, he threatened with a strike that Val had to save. His movements, shot taken, caused us some issues. Dennis Johnrow, he was probably the standout player for Victory. He caused us some trouble. He's got a good engine on him, good temperament, good pace, dictating play, getting forward. He was a good player. Insera as well. Insera, the right back, he had a good game as well. He was going forward a lot. And I know there was a bit of a duel with him and De Vries at one time where De Vries was up the field, got caught out of possession, and then, brought forward from Insera a couple of times. So overall, I'd rate our performance a B+. Excellent defensively, good control of the game, but lacking that killer instinct, which will turn a draw into a win and get those all-important 3 points that we had so many of last season. Victory do deserve some credit. They were disciplined and organised, but we arguably left those 2 points behind in Melbourne. Some improvements for Auckland for next week going into the game against Western Sydney Wanderers. We need to be more clinical in front of goal. We had a handful of chances, and should we have made the most of those, it would have been a different night. Randall with that point blank, Brook and Brimmer, they linked well. De Vries got the crosses in, but we didn't quite punish Victory the way we punished some teams last season. We need to sharpen up our finishing. That's the main thing at the moment. Quick decisions, some confident shots coming in, and movement off the ball. An increase of attacking tempo as well, and urgency. At times we held possession a bit too comfortably. We need to move the ball faster, exploit transitions. And when victory did drop deep, we should have pushed them higher and quicker. Transition, attack into defense effectively. Our defense was excellent. Now we must convert defensive stability into attacking threat. 2 or 3 players making forward runs when we win the ball, and the rest to support. The away match mindset. Drawing away is fine, but when you go away as premiers, we should be aiming for all 3 points. Maintain some discipline. There was some loose yellow cards, some early yellow cards. When you get the early yellow cards, it can affect the rest of the game because you're thinking about not getting that second yellow to become a red card. So, yeah, for Cosgrove especially had that early card. And Verstrata, they would have been thinking about those cards for the rest of the time they were on the pitch. They need to maintain discipline, but also, push for that win. Sustain pressure across the whole 90 minutes. Victory had moments where they forced us back. We need to avoid inviting that pressure, keep control of the game, especially in the last 20 minutes when the fatigue kicks in. If we do fix these little issues, we'll turn those solid away draws into wins, and that's what a title defence demands. In closing, a 0-0 draw, it's a respectable start, a clean sheet, an away point, confidence built. But for a club last season who won the Premier's Plate, we know the standard. The draw won't define our season, but our response next time will. Looking ahead to next weekend, we face Western Sydney Wanderers at home, Saturday, 5 p.m. local time kickoff. That's our first home game of the new season and an opportunity to get the 3 points in the bag in front of our home fans. It's hopefully going to be a packed Mount Smart stadium. Can we convert those chances next weekend? Can we sustain dominance for 90 minutes? And can we impose ourselves early to set the tone? So the long road of the campaign is ahead. Let's build from this, refine our game, and keep the momentum going. Thanks very much for tuning in to Night Fever. Hope you enjoy the graphics on the screen, some little bit more information for you to take in. If you're not looking at the screen of the video of this podcast, check it out on Spotify. Select follow and make sure you don't miss any future episodes of Night Fever. Thanks very much for joining me, and until next time, goodbye for now.